the world of facial feminization just didn't begin by me saying, oh, I think I'd like to do facial feminization. It was probably like Tessier. He probably did a Lefort 1 a long time before he ever did a Lefort 2 or 3. And so I was doing craniofacial surgery at the university, and I was operating at St. Francis Hospital as my private practice. And there was a doctor there named Ed Falsies, who one day, and sometime in I suppose the fall of 1982, called me and said, I'd like you to feminize this transgender person's forehead. I said, sure. And she came to see me, and I realized I didn't have any idea what I needed to do. I didn't know the difference between a boy's skull and a girl's skull. I knew there was a difference. I can tell the difference when I look at a girl and a boy, and I can see the difference. But what are the real differences? And so in San Francisco, the University of the Pacific, which is in Stockton, has a school of dentistry, and they have a magnificent skull collection. I don't know how many skulls there, but there's at least 1,500. And so I read 5 books on physical anthropology to find out what was different. Then I examined these skulls. Now I was only interested in that time of doing one thing, in the forehead. I eventually did the same thing over again for other aspects of facial feminization, but I was just working on the forehead. And I designed 4 operations that I thought I could do anything I want to anybody's forehead to change it one way or the other. Male feminize or masculinize. I could do anything, but I had these 4 operations. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those numbers, I think, probably still exist, and they work. And so this first patient, I did what I call my forehead 2. And it worked out great. Interestingly enough, she was my first facial feminization patient, and she was also my last, because that was my last operation when I retired. She had had a tracheal shave by Ed Falsies some 40 years, 35 years before, and she had a little button on it. She wanted me to remove it, so I took off a little bump on it, trachea. So, but it all began by trying to figure out what was the difference between a male skull and a female skull, because I didn't have any idea. And so when Ed Falsies called me and said, I want you to feminize her forehead, I had no idea what I was going to do. Then I called this patient back, Lucy, and we decided what we were going to do, and we did it. And it worked out grand.
I love that you said yes first with such confidence, and then you went and figured it out. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I told you, you know, she's donated her skull to me.
Yeah, I know that.
So someday it'll be here in the office.
Well, I hope not to be here. I hope she lives a lot longer.
Well, I hope she does too. I told her.
See that one
I told her not to go get in a big hurry or anything.